ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Chit Chat with Inky, where we do a little chit and we do a little chat. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you know every time I'm dropping a video. But y'all, in advance, I would like for all y'all to go hit my daughter business site up at flameunique.com and on Instagram at flame_unique. She got a little bit of everything. Ladies, don't miss out. Fellas, go in there and scoop something up for your girl, wife, side chick, whatever. We're gonna get started with Married at First Sight, but I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and to my new subscribers, y'all. Let's get this family growing so we can get it popping. Don't y'all want to get it popping? All right, Married at First Sight, y'all. We're gonna do what I do best. We're gonna go couple by couple, okay? I took a few little notes here and there, you know, because the sister, look, y'all, I be forgetting something, you know. It starts off with Jasmina, Katina, and Mike. So Jasmina and Mike is listening to Katina talk about the altercation between her and Elijah, okay? This is the thing, okay? Mike was standing there looking like, yeah, I already know what happened. I knew at the table when it happened, and he did, because Elijah said something to Mike at the table. Said something to Mike before they got to the table. Mike already knew what was going on. It's crazy. He want to talk about 100%, but you didn't keep it 100 with your wife, but you kept it 100 with Mike. You told Mike before you told your wife. That, somebody make it make sense, please. So Katina was saying, you know, she's human and you know, she has feelings. Yeah, you are. You human and you have feelings, but you don't stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? No one else can do it for you. And Jasmina was just looking like, couldn't be me. Jasmina was looking like, nope, I'd have been. Told him off. I'd have been put him on ice. You're as cold as ice. Yeah. So she was talking about the dating app, and she was saying that it's old and everything, which we knew that because she told him that, but he didn't want to listen. He was too busy talking, because that's what he do. He likes to dictate. He don't want to hear what you say. In Elijah mind, he's right and nothing else is right, and everything else is an excuse. If you don't agree with him, then it's just not right. He don't want to hear it. So, you know, Jasmina and Mike, they were so nice to just like listen to her. You know, the lend the ear, because and you know what the crazy part is? I sometimes don't like people to tell. Sometimes I don't like for people to tell me their problems, because I'm a type of person, and I need to stop. I need to start listening more, because I be trying to put in input, you know, and that's not right, because some people don't want you to. They just need you to listen. So I need to practice on that myself, for real. But the thing is, he's disrespectful, and like she said, she wondered if he gonna always be disrespectful whenever they have a disagreement. And guess what? He is, because that's who he is. He's disrespectful. Seriously. Then you have Mike and Elijah. Mike went and talked to Elijah about what happened, and Elijah is just saying, you know, that he puts in 100 and he wants her to apologize, and you know, and I'm just like, dude, apologize for what? Like, no one wants their mate to have a dating app in their phone. However, y'all didn't get married on date first, married later relationship. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all did it like backwards. So the dating app in her phone, she probably didn't even like pay any attention. You feel me? Like, everything y'all did is backwards going. So that probably didn't even cross her mind, to be totally honest. So, you know, the problem with Elijah is he wants to dictate and treat her like a child. He does. He don't look at her as an equal. He look at her as below him. That's the way I see him looking at her, as below him, to be totally honest. I just feel like everything is just I. It's I. I'm just like, this guy, like, oh God, Katina, good luck to you because you're going to need it. So he was saying, he going to tell Mike he deleted his Instagram. He was like, I did a lot for her. I deleted my Instagram. I changed my hair. Dude, that took all of 5 minutes. That took all of 5 minutes. You couldn't name nothing else that you did besides tear her down and complain. We all can delete Instagram and change our hair. Like, we need to know some real stuff that you did, since you always claim you keep it 100, you put in 110%, and she doesn't do anything. You're putting in this much, and she's putting in that much. Okay, your hair and Instagram page. And he's saying that, and I knew it, because the way he went off on her about the dating app, I knew that it was something that he used to do. So apparently he used to have different apps, and I guess he used to call himself cheating or whatever, so he would act like he wasn't on the app, and then as soon as the girl he was messing with turn her back, he would be logging into the app. So now that he's done it to other people, he's afraid that it's going to be done back to him. So that's why he went off like that, to be totally honest. That's why he went off the way he went off. Y'all, Mark and Lindsay. I'm doing couple by couple because that is easier. Mark and Lindsay. Mark is making a whiteboard, and he's writing down like chores for them to do, which was fine at first, but somehow, some way, something got screwed up because they wound up getting into an argument. These two are like on a thin line. Actually, all these couples are walking like a thin line. Like, 1 minute they're okay, the next minute they all over the place. To tell y'all the truth, Mike he's really battling with dealing with Lindsay, period. He's battling with dealing with her, and I can see why. You know, I'm not saying that Mark, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that Mark is perfect, but Mark is really, really battling with dealing with Lindsay. Y'all, she's another one with the I put in this, I put in that, and every time she does something for him, and she gets the attitude, she go right back and remind him of everything that she's done for him. Oh, he doesn't do anything. Not in the bedroom, not in the car, not in nowhere. It's always me. I take accountability. He doesn't do. No, Lindsay, you don't. You don't take accountability. You too touchy. The man asked you before to please stop touching him all the time like that, and you don't listen. First you rub the back of his head. He like, I don't like that. Then you start patting his shoulder. So he like, I don't like that. And now on this episode, you take and grab his arm when he's already in a heated moment. He doesn't like it. Keep your hands to yourself. I'm so sorry, but Lindsay remind me of a Karen. She gets on my nerves. She really, really gets on my nerves. I'm not saying that she's not a nice person, but she is annoying. You hear me? Actually, there's a couple of them on here that's annoying. So, Lindsay had some food, y'all. And she puts the food down, and her and Marcus get ready to eat. And she's like, try this. And he's like, no, I don't like that. And she just keep going. Dip a fry. Do this. Try a little bit. Put a little bit. And it's like, no. And he like, I say no, you say okay. Like, no. He does not want it. Stop trying to force. And that is the problem. Lindsay just, oh my gosh, she just makes my skin itch sometimes. She absolutely gets on my nerves. So since I'm doing couple by couple, I'm just gonna go right into it. Lindsay dressed the daggone cats up, y'all, like sharks, which I thought was really cute because they doing a photo shoot. That was so cute. I'm like, oh, she dressed the little cats up like sharks and everything. And before the photographer come in, they get into an argument. And Lindsay storms out with her nightgown on and a jacket. And Mark starts, you know, the photo shoot with just himself and the cats. Lindsay comes back in, but y'all, I gotta tell y'all, cause the photographer looked like she was so uncomfortable with those two having a disagreement. That is the worst feeling. I tell anybody, look, if you and your spouse gonna be arguing, I'm not sitting here listening to that. If you and your spouse will be arguing, I will drive my own car. I am not driving with y'all. I cannot stand to be around two people that's in a relationship that is arguing around me. I don't like it. It is a sense of uncomfort. I do not like it. I don't like it. And by the end of the day, all of us will be arguing, because I will straight tell you, like, don't argue around me, because I'm not for it. That's very uncomfortable. And if you are one of them people that do that around people, stop it. Just stop it. Okay. Anyway, the pictures did come out nice. Then you have Noi and Steve. Okay. Steve in there napping. Him and Sushi. That dog is so cute, but I do not like that name. I just don't like that name. The dog named Sushi, and they eat a bunch of sushi. I just don't like it. Noi comes in. Steve and Sushi is napping. Noi comes in. And she's making it very clear that Steve is napping and she's been working. Okay. I'm like, okay, we get it. Steve don't work. He's unemployed, looking to turn his career around. And you doing all the work. We get it. But these two argue about some of the stupidest stuff I've ever seen. They are literally sitting. They don't need to be in the kitchen together, by the way. Because every time they get in the kitchen and get around food, they start the bickering and the arguing. Just keep them 6 feet apart from the kitchen and eating together. Okay. So this time they're sitting there, they're eating. It's cleanup time. And Noi feels like Steve should clean up everything, the whole entire house, take care of Sushi. Why? Because she what? Works. And Steve feels like Noi should chip in with the chores around the house. Because he's saying that he pays his portion of the bills. He has no problem with that. So I really don't know. I honestly think it goes all the way back to the experts that married at first sight. If a person come on here and they're unemployed, they shouldn't even be getting married. I'm sorry. Unless they can show you a bank account or a savings account with, a good amount of dollars in it, whereas though they can hold their own without needing a job. Other than that, they should not even be marrying someone being unemployed. That is bullcrap. Times is just way too hard for that. But Noi makes it known in every episode that she wants Steve to work. We get it. We got it. We're good. Noi actually does annoy me. She did not want to annoy me. I tell y'all down there, everybody in here annoy me. Noi does annoy me. And I think it was very disrespectful when she told Steve to kiss her behind. I think that was very disrespectful. You know, when he turned around and looked at her, yeah, I don't play that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to be disrespectful like me. You're not going to give me your bottom to kiss. That's bullcrap. So she just needs to get that all the way together. And then she proceeds to tell Steve at a certain part in the show that she don't think that they should live together after they move out of the apartment. What is it that you want, Noi? Do you want to be married or do you want to be single? Because one minute you love him, you like him, you're in love with him, you want to have 3 kids and nothing less. And then the next minute is, I don't want to live with you. I'm going on social media. You throwing shade. What is it? You need to get together because you're getting on my nerves. Next we're going to go with Mike and Jasmina. So he's eating doggy treats. Ooh, child. Honey, after you watch this man eat doggy treats, you better be in love with him because ain't nobody else gonna sit there and eat no doggone doggy treats. So Mike and Jasmine are talking about driving, and he's going to take her to learn to drive. That is so nice. That is so cute. I can tell you one thing: if they don't work out, she will never forget who taught her to drive. That's one thing that will always stick with her, even if they don't work out. She said that she was afraid of driving because she's been in a couple of accidents, which is understandable. I get it. But being able to just get in your car and go and not have to wait on anybody, that's like the best feeling in the world. Like, really. So I'm hoping that she overcomes her fears and keep it moving. Y'all, I look at Jasmina and Mike. They're two pretty cool people. I like Mike a lot more than I did at first. I see him coming around, and I see that he's trying, you know, and he keeps saying he's trying to put in 100%, you know, but I don't care if he put in 1,000%. I just feel like Jasmina is just never going to be attracted to him enough to stay married to him. It's sad, but it's so true, because he's another one trying and trying and trying, and she just ain't with it. They actually look better off as roommates. Sorry, but really, as roommates, because that's like the only, that seems to be the only distance they're getting thus far. I don't know if they're going to stay married or not. We shall see. Mike, when he was teaching her to drive, y'all, Justine talking about which one is the gas. I cracked up. I said, this girl, oh my God. And I can see where she's coming from, because sometimes you take your foot off the gas or the brake. Sometimes, I don't know about nobody else. Sometimes my little mind go blank. And I'm like, dang, is I'm on the gas? I'm not even gonna lie, okay? He holding on to the top of the thing for dear life. She like, why you holding on? He like, for protection. I don't know what he was going to be protected from, because if you going to crash, you going to crash. But if you hold on to that little bar or not. But I hear you, Mike. That was cute of him to teach his wife to drive. That is so cute. Next, I'm going to get on to, let me see if we covered them. Oh, see, y'all, I'm so used to having 5 couples. I keep forgetting the little high sedity one. Alyssa is going. Olajuwon and Katina. Elijah's pretty much trying to make everybody think everything is okay. He's full of crap. Let me tell y'all something. For everything to become okay and for him to smile again, let me tell y'all something. When them cameras was down, Katina had to kiss his butt up and down and up and down. I'm telling you. I know this girl jumped through hoops for him to come around. It was not just one apology, because she was still apologizing when they was in a confession. She was still apologizing. I'm like, and he just sucks it up. He likes that. I'm like, this dude get off on your emotions. Like, he get off on your tears, your sadness, your emotions. But in her mind, it's all good. This guy will never be satisfied. He's satisfied for the moment. Soon as the next moment happens, he's going to pop off again. But you're a wife. I'm like, oh God. So he's all over the place. He's smiling and she's smiling, and she's saying, you know, he's the one for her. And I'm just like, oh God, like I'm literally getting sick while I'm listening to her. Because, okay, so her mind, what she want her husband to be in her mind is what she speak out of her mouth about him. You know how they say ask and you shall receive, or speak over it, speak over yourself, or speak it into existence. It's like she's trying to speak the man that she wants Olajuwon to be into existence, if that makes sense. You know, it's like he's rude and mean, and it's like you sit and you click your heel and you thinking he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. It's like she figured if she said enough, it'll actually come true to her, because her mind is so jacked up with him. Like, I can't even really explain it. Like, she knows that he's abusive. Deep down, she knows that he's mentally and emotionally abusive, allegedly. But when she gets in front of people and gets in front of the camera, she wants us to think otherwise. You see what I'm saying? Because they even said if somebody was to come, like he said, if somebody was to come over now, they would never know we had bumps in the road. It's because it's like you tell her to straighten up. It's like when Ike punched Tina and then tell her to put makeup on her eyes so nobody can see what happened. Like, it's like that. It's like a cover-up. It's all bullcrap. It's not true. It's not it's not real. Like, he dictates her every move, everything. Like, she literally spends her whole day trying to figure out how to please Olajuwon. And just his demeanor, y'all, his face, it just all just makes me cringe. I'm like, oh, this guy makes me cringe to the core. He is not it. He is just so not it. So they got Mike and Steve on the beach throwing the ball, and I mean, I keep saying Mike. They got Mark and Steve on the beach throwing the ball, and Steve was saying that Noy wants him to have a job. In his words, he said he has a lot of money saved up. So, you know, it'd be crazy if Noy kept bugging him and bugging him and bugging him, and he said no on decision day for her only to find out that he a millionaire. That would be so funny. That would be so funny. So he said he has a lot of money saved up. So I guess he figured since he has a lot of money saved up, he doesn't need to work right now. And Mark was saying that, you know, he's basically looking for another job right now, and that's just where it is with him and Lindsay. And they ain't really talk about much, but Steve was saying that for him to become creative, in other words, he was saying for him to become creative, he have to be unemployed, child. I don't know. You have Olajuwon and his friend Mac. He talks to Olajuwon, and pretty much Olajuwon just wants to be right, and he just wants somebody to agree with him, pretty much, if you ask me. For real, because he wants to say, well, I deleted my social media and I changed my hair and everything for her. And I'm just like, okay, but you still disrespectful. And he was like, I know that no human, he said, I'm human and I'm not perfect. Yeah, but you want your wife to be perfect. Come on, dude. Everything this girl do that you don't like, you are going off. So then you have Mike and his sister. I absolutely like his sister. I think he has some really, really good sisters. I really, really do. And it'd be so nice if him and Jasmina will work out, because she has some really good sister-in-laws from the gate. You know how some family members give you that? They didn't do that to her. You know, they welcomed her. Even with them two going through what they go through, they still welcome her. He was saying that they doing better. They mentally on the same page, but they haven't been physical. Like, the physical is just not happening, you know. And then they flashback to Jasmina and her mom talking, and she was also saying that they're in a good place, but she was saying that the communication is better, but she still doesn't have feelings for him. Like, she has no feelings for him in that way. So, you know, I don't know. So they had Katina and her sister-in-law. And her sister-in-law, like, let me see a picture of him. So I'm taking that the sister-in-law must not have been at the wedding or whatever. So his sister-in-law, like, no, girl, looks can be deceiving. Just because you think he look good on the outside do not mean all inside ain't tore up, because it is. So Katina was just telling her about what happened with the dating app and stuff like that. And the sister-in-law was just saying that, let me see, because y'all know I gotta look down to see. So he pretty much consistently beats her down. And the sister-in-law was just saying that, like, do you wonder if he gonna do this every time y'all get into an argument or whatever, or every time it's something that he don't like? And Katina was pretty much like, yeah, like, I do wonder about that. You should, because it's been happening every time y'all get into an argument. Nothing changed. Nothing at all. Absolutely, positively nothing. I don't know. Then they had Mark and his friend. I guess that was his friend. Yeah, the lady was his friend. Mark said they have good times, but when it gets bad, it gets bad. And it does. We saw that. Like I said, Lindsay could be a loving person, but when Lindsay get upset, Lindsay throw everything back up in your face that she has done for you. She know Mark is not working, and he was telling her that they're on a $150 budget at the market. And it's like she don't listen to nothing that's being said. He's like, okay, we on a $150 budget because I'm not, you know, currently working, and I'm still trying. And she's in the market, you want this, you want that. And he's just like, no. Only thing he did agree to, well, she said he's a chicken strip and macaroni man. then that should make dinner real easy for you. Stop complaining. Now, I know Katina wish Olajuwon was a chicken strip and macaroni man, because that would make life a lot easier for her, because this dude wants something on the table every day. And if it's not, he has a whole problem. Noi and her sibling sat down, and Noi was saying she had some complaints, and we all know what the complaint was. Steve don't have a job. Steve want her to do half of the housework. It's the same old. And it's like when Noi don't get her way, Noi is ready to jump the gun. Honestly, I'm just saying, every time Noi don't get her way, y'all see she trying to run out that door. Now she ain't getting her way this time, because Steve told her half of the chores. Now y'all see she's about, well, after decision day or whatever, I think we should both live in our separate apartments. Whenever things don't go her way, when the noodles went wrong, what she do? She packed up sushi and she went to her own apartment and stayed overnight. She do two things: leave and post on social media. That's her MO. And her brother was just like, but her brother give her advice that she should hear, but she don't like to take it. Could you see the way her tone changed, honey? I'm only sitting around and listen for it. So Steve talked to his friend, and he was telling her, you know, that Noi want to stay in her own apartment and that she do post stuff on social media. But he act like he ain't know why she's annoyed with him. And I'm like, Steve, she wants you to get a job. I bet you if Steve got a job, Noi probably would simmer down with being annoyed with him. And then if he got a job too, guess what? They can actually split the chores. But you know what, Steve? You know what you can do? If you don't get a job, since you do have a lot of money, as you say, in the savings account, guess what? You can act like you're going to work every day, right? Tell her you went and got yourself a part-time job. Act like you're going to work every day, right? Every 2 weeks, take some money out of your savings and be like, this is what I made for the 2 weeks. Take this towards the bills. That's what you can do to keep the arguments down and see if that worked for you. I don't know. You know, maybe that will work. If she see the money coming in and see you leaving out the house every day, maybe it just might work. Just take my advice. Look, and if it work, thank me, please. But y'all, this is the end of my Married at First Sight review / recap / a little bit of rant. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go on to my daughter business site, flameunique.com, and her Instagram, flame_unique. And also follow me on Instagram at Chitchatwithinky. And I'll talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, later. Bye.